How many of you would choose to live in a city where the air burns the lungs and water tastes like rust? None. Because nobody wakes up in the morning thinking, let me destroy the planet today. I come from a country of big numbers, India. Last year alone, India had about 322 days of extreme weather events. Almost every single day was a weather headline. India holds about 20% of the world's population. And yet, about 30% of all land in India is degraded. When nature talks that loudly, the only honest response is to listen. So we did. In the northern plains of India, in 2015, in a state that holds about 3% of the world's population, in a 2,500 square mile region, about 8 times the size of New York City, we started an experiment to bring an entire ecosystem back to life. When we reached there, the underground soil biodiversity was dying rapidly. Region depended on subsidies from the government for their entire agriculture inputs. Urea was a solution to everything. Excessive use of insecticides, pesticides, caused the bee and the butterfly population to literally vanish. The organic carbon in soil reached less than 1%. Water channels dried out, people were migrating out. Imagine that happening at a scale of 8 multiplied to New York City. So we began by mapping the local microbial networks in the soil, because microbes are everywhere. They're in us, around us. We paired it with artificial intelligence to create living formulations that could replenish the soil. We ran over 10,000 pilots in that region, and locals saw progress. We partnered with indigenous people in that region, almost 50,000 of them, 25,000 of them, women farmers. These indigenous women farmers took leadership there. We called them soil sisters. They organized farmer circles, ran field demonstrations, and most importantly, established a soil health baseline before changing anything. You cannot change what you cannot measure. So we enabled them with a portable soil health machine, which reduced their detailed soil analysis time from 18 days to 18 minutes. This single step created a culture of measurement, feedback, and improvisation. Center by center, soil sisters set baselines and tracked progress. Today, there are about 1,000 soil sisters across 300 soil centers in India. With champions and diagnostics in place, practices shifted. Slowly initially, then at scale. Inputs moved from harsh, harmful chemistry to nature-based solutions. The soil sisters coached timing, method, and the machine verified the gains that the soil organic carbon made in that specific region. And the locals, inspired by this transformation, dug almost 20 community ponds to support this initiative. They planted millions of trees and local grasses. And that's the outcome. The region has now completely transformed. It has completely eliminated the use of insecticides and pesticides. The organic carbon in soil is now over 11%. Bees and butterflies have come back. Water channels are flowing with full force. The cost of inputs to farmer has fallen by 25–30%. Yields have gone up by 50%. Almost 100 different varieties of birds and wild animals have returned back to this region, including the Indian leopard. As soil revived, trees came back. Today, there are over 30 million more trees in this region in the last 10 years alone. The average farmer income has grown by 3 times. People are migrating back, and the land which once whispered for help is now buzzing with life. As soil further regenerated, it rekindled craft and culture. Soil-based pottery and arts which were once fast vanishing, people are now picking it up with pride. The land itself became the engine of economic progress. Today, the landscape breathes differently. Water moves, soil holds, birds return, farmers stay, women lead. But this is not just the story of one land in India. Today, 3.5 million farmers in India have changed their practices to regenerative. What began as one land learning to speak has now become a national movement. It's probably the largest movement in the history of regeneration in the Southeast Asian region. And while we were doing that, something magical happened. The indigenous people in that locality guided us to a groove where a very unique kind of microbe grew for a very small period in time and for a very specific period in time in that year. And when we took it back to the lab, it grew into superfine leather, lambskin, croc skin. What nature gave back was not just a material. It gave us a message that if you listen long enough, nature starts to innovate for you. And from this journey, we discovered a principle. One simple framework. I've always believed in the power of artificial intelligence, but we came to believe something far more profound. If you follow nature and if you listen long enough, you can decode nature's intelligence. And once you do that, you change sectors. You merge it with AI and you scale impact across the regions. Only when you add ancestral intelligence, the indigenous wisdom to it, you create solutions which create planetary scale transformation. And that's the bridge we built, a living library of invisible heroes, from the microbes that build soil to the ones that build your immunity, to the plants that store light and convert it into healing. We captured our planet's deep design memories. Today, the library has over 50,000 unique strains of high-performing microbes sourced from all across the world. And in addition to them, the library has about 2,000 unique ancestral ideas in it. This trinity of nature's intelligence, artificial intelligence, and ancestral intelligence has the power to redefine entire industries. We started with agriculture and materials, but today it is quickly reshaping packaging, transportation, energy, manufacturing, variety of sectors. And I feel humanity today has a tremendous opportunity, but we also have a tremendous responsibility, especially in the age of AI and soon AGI. And how our future will look like will depend on how well we listen. Thank you.